Okay, so you're probably wondering why in the hell we're all here right now. Do you guys remember how excited I was at the All-Star break when we signed Biyombo to be in San Antonio to back up WEMBANYAMA, which was the original plan and initial reason to help to provide depth at the front court position so Wemby didn't have to do it all by himself? Well, it turns out I had an even bigger reason to be excited about him being here because after Wembanyama went down with the blood clots for the remainder of the season, Biyombo was called as the next man up, and he sure as hell delivered as to why he was brought into San Antonio to begin with, even though him substituting for Wembanyama the rest of the season was not the original reason. But here's some highlights to prove that he belonged with us, even if it was only for like one half of a whole season.
Paul shifting gears, give it up. Biyombo slams it down.
Talked about it with both he and Ime Udoka.
How about the lob? Biyombo off the Fox dish.
That hurt him.
Jordan Hawkins just checked in, passing to Misi. He's blocked. 6 assists. Ball knocked around. Biyombo, that effort. Stolen. Barnes again. Another 3. Biyombo rolling, Biyombo scoring!
Stopped him, looking off that high screen.
Biyombo down the lane for 2. He's been shooting it 74% from the field.
Rebounding's got to be key.
12th in the NBA in three-point percentage coming into this game tonight. The sell, no, the putback by Biyombo. A true big man in the NBA. And it's something the Thunder had missed last year in their playoff run. Barnes wide open. 3 for 3. HB.
Hope you guys enjoyed those highlights as much as I did at the end of last season after Wemby went down with the blood clots at the All-Star break, because unfortunately we will not be seeing that again next year and beyond. And not that, you know, he's going to be in the league forever, but obviously we knew he was not going to be a Spur long term, but it was nice to root for him. But it still hurts to see another homeboy that you pick on the team, on your favorite team, though, the prior season, only for them to like all of a sudden leave after only 1 year or maybe even a couple years, 2 or 3, even 4 years. But hey, it's all part of a business. It's sad, but I can't really blame them for getting their money that they worked so hard to get and rightfully deserve to have. Hold up. There's a little bit of an unexpected plot twist that we didn't see coming. Were you expecting something different or let alone brand new? Guess what? So was I. So look at this shit. A major sigh of relief, mind you.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, you got it.
And great news there.
You're goddamn right it was great news, because I thought he was going to be off this team due to the signing of Luke Cornett and the imposter and Patty Mills number, and turns out I was wrong, and sometimes it's good to be wrong, and in this case, I am so happy I was wrong about something for once, because my homeboy Bismack Biyombo is returning to the San Antonio Spurs for my 29th year as a fan, so that gives me the chance to meet him here in Ohio when the Spurs come to town to face the Cavs, you know, on December 5th when it's fucking cold as shit, and me and my dad are going to freeze our asses off on our way to the game, where when we go to the autograph session for the Spurs bench, you know, the visiting team's bench, I will get there in a timely manner to hopefully, you know, get a picture with him, you know, maybe get lucky enough to get a game-worn jersey from him, David, you know, as in, you know, the newcomer, Jones-García, or who's the other homeboy we root for, or who's the other one, David Jones, J-Mac, Jordan McLaughlin, yeah, so we all know, so 2 homeboys from last year are coming back, and we got 1 new one replacing, you know, who I know Jordan McLaughlin is replacing Blake Wesley. That I do know for a fact. But I mean, we had Mamu Kelazvili's gone, so therefore I don't think we only have 3 homeboys on this year's team. I have Mamu Kelazvili left, Blake Wesley, which is Jordan McLaughlin, who's Jordan McLaughlin is replacing, and so it looks like that David Jones-García possibly will be the Charles Bassey replacement. I don't know what the fuck is going on with Bassey. I know it said the Hawks signed him, but the NBA and the Spurs and the Hawks alone have not made it official yet. But once they finally do, we will immediately pass it along to you and address it in a separate YouTube video, and we'll go from there. So, but anyway, back to the matter of topic. Biyombo really stepped up when it mattered most when we originally signed him to, you know, add depth up to the front court behind all the bigs we had on the team, backing up Wembanyama, but then Wembanyama went down with the blood clots after the All-Star break and the Daytona 500. Then we used him as the substitute, starting center for Wembanyama, and boy, did this man deliver, crashing the boards, scoring big buckets, even without, averaging double digits in points. So it just proved how much of a good player Biyombo has always been, basically the modern day Dikembe Mutombo minus, the crazy, numbers that, Mutombo averaged in his heyday before he became, a second fiddle player with Philadelphia, New Jersey, and then Houston, aka the Cheating McDouchebags, but way before the Cheating McDouchebags there started. So therefore, obviously Biyombo's not Mutombo, but he's like something close to it. So therefore, I'm sure San Antonio, Brian Wright, Mitch Johnson, prop in the front office had to make a difficult decision to choose between Bismack and Bassey to who's going to get the final roster spot as the last big on the team. And it turns out Biyombo got that nod. So I don't know what the fuck is going on with Bassey right now, because right now, as of now, the Hawks have signed him, but the Spurs and Hawks alone, let alone the NBA as a whole, has not made that official yet. So once they do, we will immediately pass it along to you and go from there by addressing it in a separate news update video here on the YouTube channel. But thank you, Aaron Agra, for updating me on this. I thought he was a goner, but it's sometimes, like I said, it's good to be wrong, and I'm very happy I was wrong about this. So hopefully I'm lucky to actually get to meet him this time when the Spurs come here to Ohio to face the Cavs on December 5th, when it's going to be cold as shit, and my dad and I are going to be freezing our asses off going to the game, and stuff like that, and the car ride there is going to be hell compared to the last season when it was in the springtime, when we get ready for Spring is in the Air season 4, and Fun in the Sun season 5. So I'm hopefully when we go to the Spurs bench, aka the visiting team's bench, to get autographs, pictures, and meet and greets, I hope we can be able to score a meet and greet with this man along with my two other homeboys, David Jones-García, and then hopefully a second encounter with our new homeboy replacing, Blake Wesley, Jordan McLaughlin, which we'll have more on his new jersey number in the next Spurs update video. If not, then we'll save it for a future upcoming episode of the new podcast you'll be seeing on the channel at random times out the NBA Spurs season, Spurs Roundup. So therefore, I'm hoping that, if we do meet him, and if we're lucky, even luckier, we get a game-worn jersey from him, or David Jones-García, or Jordan McLaughlin. I know Jordan McLaughlin replaced B. West. Bismack is still here. Did David Jones-García replace somebody? Well, let's say he replaced Mamu as my newest homeboy, because, all the homeboys I had last year are gone, so I have 3 of them this year: Bismack, David, and J-Mac. So therefore, this is going to be a fun 29th year as a Spurs fan. So be on the lookout for that Bassey news update video whenever the fuck the Spurs, Hawks, and the NBA say officially make it official and actually address it, confirm where Bassey's fate. And then the Spurs Roundup podcast, and of course the Spurs game reviews will be coming back with the vengeance this season. So have a good night tonight and a better day tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Good night, and I will see you all for that next video, whenever that may be. See you later, everyone. Go Spurs, go Spurs, bitch. Oh mama, Wembanyama, SWIPA the Fox. Welcome back, Bismack and J-Mac, and welcome aboard, David Jones-García, to my list of homeboys in San Antonio.
Go, Spurs, go!
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.